Hello everybody, in this video we are going to talk about how I stopped chasing and started letting things flow to me and how you can do it too. And the first step in all of this is to recognize your old identity, because awareness is power. And the best way I can say this is like who I was when I was in that chasing energy, where it felt like a dog chasing its tail that it can never quite get. It just felt like somebody who was in that constant hustle mode, in that constant grind. It was like more, like it just feels like you have this insatiable appetite for life itself. And that's not a bad thing. If you are a hustler, go for it. If that's your cup of tea. But I realized like I wanted to live a life of ease, because it is totally possible. And I'm like, I would rather take that and not overwork myself. I would rather put my energy into something that when I'm 90 years old and I can look back, I look back at my life and I feel fulfilled with everything I did, instead of chasing something constantly that I was never satisfied of. When you're in that chasing energy, it just feels like you have this energy of control. It feels like you are trying to control the time of it. And I've done this before too, where I tried to control my manifestations coming in at an exact place at an exact time. And it like kind of works sometimes. Whenever you have like a specific time limit, it doesn't really work that much, because when you put a time limit on something, you're putting resistance into it, right? And when you put resistance into it, what do you think happens? That chases your manifestation away. It also puts you in a state of overthinking, because you're constantly thinking, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this doesn't happen? It suddenly puts a lot of pressure on it and makes the manifestation, it makes it seem like there is a lot riding on this and that it has to happen. And that is completely going to push it away. It is energy. If you were to do that to a person and that you are in a relationship with, or with a friendship or whatever, if you are super clingy and you are trying to control them and micromanage them, what the fuck do you think they're going to do? They're going to get the fuck away from you as fast as they can, as far as they can, because no one wants to be controlled. No one wants to have that super clingy energy around them. And again, maybe some people like that, but that super, for the sake of this video, a lot of people don't like that generally super clingy, anxious energy where someone is trying to micromanage them. Horrible, toxic energy, right? That toxic energy is exactly what your manifestations feel. When you are acting that way towards your manifestations, when you are trying to micromanage your manifestations, when you are trying to control them, make them come to you at a specific time, it's not good, right? This is where it kind of like enters into the void or the lag time, because when you're in that lag time, your body is becoming comfortable with your new identity. Your ego is going to want to succumb to the brain patterns and pathways that you have created that are around your old identity more than it will want to with the new identity, because it uses less energy, right? It's more efficient. Those paths in your brain are way more grooved and used than the new paths. So this is like your time, your incubation period, to really stay strong and loyal to that new identity and choose it over and over and over again. The version of you who is not fully chasing, but is letting things go, letting things come to them, knowing that good things are always happening to you. The reason why I feel like a lot of us are also stuck in that chasing energy is because so many of us, myself included, were raised to think that happiness is found outside of you. That you have to achieve something to feel happy. You have to go to school, get a degree to feel happy. You have to get your dream car to feel happy, your dream job to feel happy. Help your parents in their older ages to feel happy. Have kids to be happy, right? We're so taught to chase and consume externally that it feels against our own nature to realize that we can create those feelings within. And the moment you realize that chasing things pushes them away, changes everything, because chasing equals lack. Here's what I mean. When you are constantly chasing something, you are teaching your reticular activating system, the bouncer in your brain, to perceive, oh, we have a lack of, we need to chase this, we need to get it, right? We need to go after this. We need to have this in our lives because we don't have it right now. When you are constantly in that state, your reticular activating system is seeing, we don't have this, we need to go get it. You're constantly reinforcing the belief system that you do not have it in your life right now and that you need to chase it to have it. It's essentially like the mirror analogy that I love so much. When you look in the mirror and you see something you don't have, if you don't create that state within yourself of if you already had the state or if you already had the thing and you don't create that state from within, it is not going to be reflected before you because you're constantly going to be chasing it. You're going to be chasing, looking in the mirror frantically like, oh my gosh, where is this thing? Where's the money that I asked for? Where is the partner that I asked for? Where is the acceptance letter to this job or school? You're going to be constantly frantically looking in the mirror for that thing. How does it feel to have the money? How does it feel to have that acceptance letter? How does it feel to have your partner with you right now? You create those feelings within, make that be your baseline state as if you are someone who just feels that way all the time or comes back to that feeling after negative feelings come and pass, because obviously we are in the human experience, negative feelings do come up. What do you come back to? You come back to that feeling of already feeling loved, of already feeling secure because you have money, of already feeling accepted and seen and validated because you got that acceptance letter already in your mind. And when you can create it in your mind, it exists. There is a reason that you have been drawn to it in this reality, in this world. If you are inevitably in that state, if you are steeped like a tea bag in that state of being, it will reflect. Reality has no other choice to reflect that because you are reprogramming your brain to see that you are already happy, you are already secure, you are already fulfilled, you are already loved. And when you already feel that, you're essentially pouring up your own cup so that it can overfill and show into the mirror too. And your mind will have no choice but to see that everywhere instead of, oh my gosh, I don't have this. There's a lack of it. We need to go chase it. Your mind will instead see, oh, happiness is everywhere. Love is everywhere. Money is everywhere. Abundance is everywhere. Fulfillment is everywhere because it's within me first. When things are possible, it creates room for doubt. When things are inevitable, that's a knowing that that is going to happen. There is no room for doubt because it is happening. It is decided. That's just happening, that it is what it is. So when you stay strong to that inevitability story, that knowing that this is going to happen, that this is who you are now, that this is what is going to be reflected to you, that is what is going to make it happen. Because you are so certain that there is no room for failure. And there is no room for it to not happen because you are staying so strong and loyal to the new identity. When things are inevitable, nothing can stop it. So now you're in between the space of the old identity and the new identity. You've decided you're the new identity. What makes the new identity different? For me, the new identity non-negotiables that I have every day to stay consistent. When I have negative thoughts, I've trained myself to stop them and be like, that's my old identity. That's not who I am anymore. And I flip the script. My name is Julia. Only good things happen to me. This is inevitable. My only job right now to do is just to relax and enjoy the process and be as present as possible. A lot of other things I do is like I do mini daily actions that my new identity would do. I know that some non-negotiables that she would do every day are like going to the gym or at least getting some movement in, because I've heard this quote that like sitting is the new smoking, and my new identity totally took that on. Another thing that she loves to do is she creates content every day, whether she posts it or not. It's just getting comfortable of really practicing the identity of being in front of the camera. Whatever it is that your new identity would do, pick like 2 or 3 things and do them every day, non-negotiable, to build that identity and commit to it for 30 days and see what happens. You'll start to see your identity mesh with that, and it feels weird going back. It feels weird not doing it. It helps you see yourself as that new identity, so that feeling is created from within, not from anything externally, because you already associate as someone who this happens for, or this person just gets this, right? And when you can shift that energy again from creating that feeling from within, you'll literally start to see the difference. I used to make tarot videos, long form tarot videos. In the very beginning, maybe it's just me, but like in those old videos, you can just see, because in that state, I was chasing something. I was like chasing energy. I wanted to feel fulfilled, but I didn't realize I could feel that within myself first, right? And now that I have started cultivating that feeling within myself, You can feel it in my energy. You can feel it in the words that I speak on my videos. But back then, I had no idea what I was doing. I felt so lost, and you can just see how tired I felt and how drained I felt. And like now I feel like I'm just speaking about this stuff in overflow. Whatever state or feeling it is you are chasing, be that baseline. Come back to that every time. After every negative spiral, that is what is going to build the new identity. Train your nervous system to feel safe with deciding, not with the external. Now, a lot of us feel so comfortable and so safe looking in the mirror, and that's when we feel that breath of fresh air, like, oh, this is being reflected in my 3D. I forgot, I can feel safe now. No, no, no. You need to train yourself to feel safe with when you make a decision. When you decide this is who we are now, when you decide this is all going to work out, when you decide you're going to get this or that, when you decide you're going to feel this or that, and this is going to be your baseline, that is when train your nervous system to feel safe with making a decision, because that is going to be a game changer. Maybe like after you make a decision, take some deep breaths, remind yourself, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. We are safe making decisions. Everything is working out because I decided, because I feel it's decided, right? When I detached from it and let go and stepped into that new identity of things always come to me, it's crazy how much shifts really fast. When I manifested my dream partner, I was doing it without even realizing. I was chasing people for so long. And then when I finally decided to let go and I realized, like, wait, I'm going to love myself. 2 weeks later, I found my dream partner, and we've been together for almost 6 years. It's crazy what happens when you chase something. I mean, this has kind of been the pattern for me in my life. Like, I would chase something and then I would realize, why am I wasting my time? I can just create this within myself. And I would kind of like unintentionally do that, and then all of a sudden it would bring the manifestation in. And you can feel when you're forcing a situation to happen when it doesn't feel right. It feels like you're putting two puzzle pieces together that don't fit, like they're different shapes and sizes. And you know something is for you, it just flows so easily. A consistency is what matters, because when you do that every day and you see yourself as the new identity, and you decided that the new identity is going to happen regardless because you know it and you feel it in your bones, that's who you are now. The 3D reflects. And it's so cool to see this like taking root, and it's super exciting because I'm right in the middle of it with you. And yeah, I feel like that's a good place to close out the video. If you stayed this long, I hope that you took some value from this. I hope that it made sense. I am so excited to have you here. I try to post daily because we love building that new identity, content creator identity. That's what it is for me. So it's a part of my action to stay true to my new identity. So if you are here for the ride, I am so excited to have you here, and I so look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.